Hello, model railroad fans. Welcome to Vintage Road and Rail. In today's video, we're going to take a look at something just a little bit different. As you know from my past videos, I'm a HO scale collector. I run HO scale trains, but thought I would do something a little bit different today. We're going to look at this Bachmann N-scale set that I had just picked up. So dabbling a little bit in N-scale is not anything new. I had a couple of little N-scale sets many years ago. I think they're somewhere over in storage, probably in dire need of some maintenance. And I've been kicking around, fooling with a little bit of N-scale, just because you can set them up in such a small space. And we have a nice N-scale layout up at the club that I would like to take advantage of. So I thought I'd pick this set up. And also, I'm at my kitchen table, so my lighting may not be the best. I apologize for that, but I'm doing a kind of a remodel, if you will, down in my train / hobby room, and it is a complete disaster. If I can remember, I'll put a little picture up somewhere in the corner so you can kind of see the hot mess I've got going on down there. So anyway, let's kind of get into this video here, or this train set here. This is by Bachmann, which you can see up here in the corner, and this is a Freight Master. This set was first released in 2013, so it's going on about 10 years old at this point that they've been selling this set. When it was originally released, it had a retail price of $199. It is still available today. It's in the 2022 catalog and has a, hold on to your hat, a retail price of $289. So in less than 10 years, a $100 difference. That's quite a price hike. Now with that in mind, there's no way on earth I would ever recommend paying retail price for anything Bachmann. And I didn't do a big extensive search, but I looked at Amazon.com and a couple of other places. And about $165 to $175 seemed to be kind of the going price that I was seeing, so I wouldn't pay more than $175 for this set. And for full disclosure, this is used. I got it at my local hobby shop, and he told me that it was purchased new, but the individual returned it and it had only been run once or twice, so I got it at a great discount. It was nowhere near even the $175, so good on that one. And going back to the 2013 price, I don't know for sure what it would have probably sold for, but based on the nearly $100, or the actually over $100 difference that you get in retail and what you would expect to pay for this at a store, I figure anywhere between $90 and $110 would be what you would spend for it. All right, so as I said, this is in the still in the 2022 catalog, but this set is only available in the CSX. You can see the CSX engine here. So now that we've got that all out of the way, let's kind of take a look at what we get with this set here. I apologize if I get anything wrong. I'm not up on N-scale. In fact, I've only been a couple years into HO scale, so if I get anything wrong, please correct me in the comments. Alright, so this is a 60-piece set, and I've got this zoomed out a bit so you can see the whole box. So I'm going to zoom in real quick, or try to. There it goes. Alright, so 60 pieces, and so we get a freight station, we get 12 telephone poles, I can't talk tonight, and 24 railroad and street signs. And then we get a 34 by 24 inch oval of track, your standard Bachmann power supply, and you can see some of the track right here. And here is the locomotive. We've got a GP40, and then over here we've got a gondola. Down here we've got our wide vision caboose, and in here we've got a flat car with container load. And then finally over here, we've got a plug door boxcar. All right, so that's pretty much all there is on the front. I'm back out, and we've just got some more imagery on the ends here, and it's kind of can't see it, but pretty much about the same all the way around. But on the back, gives you a bit more information. We've got a nice shot of the train set here, and we've got it in English and in whatever language this is, French or Spanish, I have no idea. And then it shows some of the layouts you could build if you buy additional pieces of track, and it looks like it tells you what you would need to add on in order to make these layouts. Alright, so let's flip this back over, and I'm going to open the end of the box. Pull the flaps out here. And let's put it back in camera. And let's slide the box off. Let's see what all we have inside. Excuse me. Alright, so we have some protective plastic there, because there's no plastic actually here. So this is what keeps everything inside. Alright, so before we get to the train set, let's take a look and see what we get as far as paperwork is concerned. So we get a list of contents, and there's something else under there. What is that? And we just get some information about our GP40 diesel and an exploded diagram. So that'll come in really handy if you need to service it. And then we just have some information about the Easy Track system, setting it up, troubleshooting it, all that good stuff. And we have warranty information. A mail off for a Bachmann catalog. It costs you, you don't get it free, unfortunately. And looks like this is the warranty card you actually mail in. And then we have some information about the world's greatest hobby. And that is that for the paperwork. So it looks like we've got a baggie of extra couplers. And I believe these are, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but these are basically the N-scale equivalent of the knuckle couplers. I think Rapido couplers is what they call them. Alright, let's see here. Then we've just got our basic power supply. And this is where you go to the track, and this is where you plug into your wall, and this lets you set up some accessories. And no need in pulling this out, but this is going to be what I think they call them, a wall wart, basically the power supply. And over here we've got our railroad and street signs, and we've got our telephone poles. And it looks like this is some additional detail for something. I'm not real sure what. And here is our freight station. If I can get that out. Oh, great. That is already assembled. That's nice. So there's our little freight station. Let's turn that around so you can get a good look. And that is all there is to that. So let's go ahead and set that off to the side. Alright, and here is our oval of track, and this one here is going to connect to the power supply. Looks like it's the same exact connector as that you get with HO, which will come in handy because if I so chose I could hook up my DCC controller to it. Alright, well, let's start with the caboose. Work our way forward. And let me zoom back out. That way I can get this in just a little better. And here is our little CSX wide vision caboose. And here's on the bottom, we got a little bit of molded in detail. Oops, sorry about that. And look at that, we got metal wheels. But we got truck mounted couplers. And we got some nice little detail on the end. Got our brake wheel, our ladder, our handrail. And pretty much more of the same on this end. Well, that's a good looking little caboose. It's so tiny. Alright, so let's move over to our flat car with load. We got our brake wheel there. And this is Seaboard, Far East Container Company. And again with the metal wheels. Nice molded in detail. I think that looks pretty good. Let me put that back in the way I found it. Alright. Then we have our Chesapeake in Ohio plug door box car. Again, metal wheels. Looks really nice. Where I got this, they had a used one of these for $5. I thought long and hard about getting it, and probably will go back and do so. I probably should have done it this time. And we've got some nice molded in detail there in our brake wheel. Same on this side. And just some more molded in detail on the bottom. Much like HO, only tinier. Alright. Get that back in the box there. And we've got our Southern gondola. And it looks like it has a coal load on it. And again with the metal wheels. All of these so far have had truck mounted couplers. And yep, we do have a brake wheel. And this is Southern, which, if I'm not mistaken, became part of Norfolk and Southern. So let's... Alright, I don't want to force it. Alright, and finally, here is our locomotive. If I can get this out without breaking it. And this is straight DC. It is not DCC. And I don't think it's DCC ready. But there it is, our GP40. Some nice molded in detail. CSX number 6420, looking really good. And this has truck mounted coupler. I believe this would make this a little bit older version then, because I think I read somewhere that the newer version has a body mounted coupler. I don't know about that for sure. So if anybody has this set and can confirm, please let me know. But handrails seem to be pretty sturdy, especially for something this small. And we've got our detail up here. We've got our cooling fans, dynamic brake, our exhaust. We got our horns, molded in detail on the back. Everything looks really good. I think it's a nice looking little locomotive. I like the GP40. Alright, so that is a walk around for this train set. So I'm going to go ahead and stop everything and clear some of this mess out of the way and go ahead and get this hooked up, and we will give it a test run. Everything is all set up on the track here. And this is typical Bachmann track. Goes together fairly simple for the most part, but there's always that one piece that you spend half your time trying to get those stupid little rail joiners to meet up the way they're supposed to. Alright, so we got our little freight station here. Got the locomotive on the track, and we got our other cars and the caboose sitting over here. Figure we would take a look at the locomotive first, and then we'll hook up, which I may have to stop the camera to hook these up, because it was a bear to get these connected. These don't have the Rapido connectors on them. Those are over there in the box. We looked at them earlier. They were in the package. These have some form of rudimentary knuckle couplers. They're not from, I believe, Microtrains, is it? They're not those. They're not like the Katy equivalents of N-scale. They're different. Let's leave it at that. In fact, let me see if I can get down here close and maybe you can kind of zoom in, or not zoom in, but maybe you can get a look at it. I don't know if you can see that there. So, but anyway, so we're hooked up. So let's see how she does. I like this because I can actually sit and do this one. So there's our, see how slow we can get it. Well, actually, let's just see. We got the headlight going. All right. Let's put it in reverse, because if I'm not mistaken, I did see a backup light. And there it is. There is a backup light, so that's really nice. So let's see how slow we can go. It just kind of takes off, and then you can slow it down a bit. But that's about as slow as I can get it, because then it starts doing that. Now there's something it hangs up on right there. I'm not sure what that is. Only does it going forward. I've looked at it. The rail joiners are fine. I don't see anything. It's weird. So let's try it again. But again, that's about as slow as I could get her to go. And she's going to hang up right here. See how it's stuttering? And it stopped. Alright, so let's come on back. And we're going to try and hook up. Here we are in reverse, how slow it's going. I mean, it's not too terrible. Alright, so let's stop it. And let's bring the cars around. I'll tell you what, you have got to be a lot more dainty, if you will, with these. And I'm just gonna hand of God connect these if I can. Oh good, it actually connected. All right, so let's put it in forward. Well, actually, let's see how it does going backwards. I oftentimes forget to go backwards with the whole train. And there it is, going backwards. And let's go forward. I'm not sure what we are hanging up on. And I'm checking, it is not hanging up on any of the couplers or any of the rail joiners. But you can see I'm going to stop the video here and see if I can figure out what I'm hanging up on. And then we'll try this again. I'll be right back. Alright, I didn't see nothing, so I'm not real sure what the deal is. It was hanging up here and here, but it seemed to go on around if I went a little faster, so let's give it a little bit of speed and see how it does. Well, let's try that again. Alright, that's made it at least once. Alright, she's doing pretty good. Seems to be relatively quiet. So a couple of things I did note. Well, one that's probably important to kind of know if you get one of these sets is this one has traction tires, But I think if you get a new one today, it doesn't have those traction tires. But again, I won't swear to that. That's just something I read online. But there's a couple of noticeable differences from, say, this and an HO scale train. And it's something that I wish they would do for their HO line of stuff. Nickel silver track. Crying out loud, why do we still have to get black road bed with steel rails today? And the other thing is, all of these cars had metal wheels. If you go buy a Bachmann train set today, they still have plastic wheels. They can give them Mark II knuckle couplers, but plastic wheels. Alright, so let's get down here a little bit closer. And let's get a big high level view and just watch it kind of go around there a little bit. So you'll probably see a few more in-scale videos coming up. And I'll try to sneak in some HO stuff. But like I said at the outset, my hobby room is a complete mess. I've ditched my old desk. I'm buying a new one. I've got some new tables coming in. When I set it up originally when we first moved here, I was not into model railroading. So I'm just trying to kind of make a little bit of an allowance for that new hobby. So hopefully it won't be too long and I'll have that back up and going, but it could be a week or two. Alright, well that is a look at this in-scale train set by Bachmann. If you enjoyed taking a look at this, make sure and hit that like button and subscribe. And hit the notification bell, that way you'll know when I have some more videos coming up. I think I'm going to go over to storage and get the box of some in-scale stuff I've already gotten. And we'll set this track back up and see what works and what doesn't. Alright, well thank you very much for watching. Happy model railroading, guys. Take care.